Welcome student to this. Our topic is FCOE frame mapping. In these topics, this frame mappings, the encapsulation of fiber channels frames occurs through the mapping of FC frames on the onto the internet, as showing in these figures. So fiber channel and you can say the traditional network have the stack of layers where each layers in the stack represent a set of functionalities. So the FC stack consists of 5 layers, FC0 through the FC4. So Ethernet is typically considered as a set of protocols and that operates in the physical and data link layer in the 7 layers of OSI stacks. FCOE protocols specification replaces the FC0 and FC1 layer of the FC stack with the Ethernet, and this provides the capabilities to carrying the FC2 to the FC4 layer over the Ethernet layer. Now, converged enhanced Ethernet. This conventional Ethernet is lossy in the nature, which means that the frames might be dropped or lost during the transmission. So, converged enhanced Ethernet, or you can say the lossless Ethernet, that providing a new specification to the existing Ethernet standards that eliminates that lossy nature of the Ethernet. Means this makes the 10 gigabytes Ethernet valuable storage networking options, which is similar to the fabric channel. Lossless Ethernet requires certain functionalities, and these functionalities are defining and maintaining by the data centers bridging task groups, which is the part of the IEEE 802.1 working groups. And these are the priority based flow control, the enhanced transmission selection and congestion notification, and data center bridging exchange protocol. We see one by one the priority based flow control. In this, the FC manages in traditionally congestion through the use of the link level and credit based flow control that guarantees no loss of the frames. But typically the Ethernet coupled with TCP/IP uses a packet drop flow control mechanism, and this packet drop flow control is not lossless, and this challenges is eliminating by the IEEE at 02.3x, and this Ethernet pause the control frame to create a lossless Ethernet. So a receivers can send a pause request to the senders, and when the receiver's buffer is filling up, and upon the receiving of the PROS frame, the senders stop the transmitting the frames, and which generates no loss of the frames. So the downside of the using the Ethernet pause frame is that is operates on the entire link, which might be carrying multiple traffic flows. So this PFC provides a link level flow control mechanism, and this PFC creates the 8 separate virtual links on a single physical links and allows only these links to be paused, and you can say restarted depending on the PFC enables the pause mechanism based on the user priorities, or you can say the classes of the services. So that enabling the pause based on priority allows creating the lossless link for traffic such as FCOE traffic, and this pause mechanism is typically implemented for FCOE while the regular TCP/IP traffic continue to drop the frames. So in this figure for the priority based flow control, this illustrating how a physical Ethernet link is divided into 8 virtual links and allowing a pause for a single virtual links without affecting the traffic of the for the others. Now the another is enhanced transmission selection, is ETS. This enhanced transmission selection provides the common management framework for the assignment of bandwidth of the different traffic classes such as LAN, SAN, inter-process communication. When a particular class of traffic does not use its allocated band, so this enhanced transmission selection, that is ETS, enabling the other traffic classes to use the available bandwidth. Now the congestion notification. Congestion notification that providing the end-to-end congestion management for protocol. In this, they do not have built-in congestion control mechanism. So Link level congestion notification provide a mechanism for detecting the congestion and notification of for the sources to move the traffic flow away from the congestion link. So this link level congestion notification enables a switch to send the signals to other ports that need to stop or slow down their transmission. So the process of congestion notification and its management, which is just illustrated or showing in this figure, that which representing the communication between the node and a senders, just like of a sender and B is receivers. Okay, so if the congestion at the receiver end occurs, the algorithm running on the switch generates a congestion notification message to the sending node. That is node A. So in response to this congestion notification message, the sending end limits the rate of data transfer. So in this way, the congestion notification is to be sent. Now the data center bridging exchange protocol, DCBX. This DCBX protocol is a discovery and capability exchange protocol, and which helps converge enhanced Ethernet devices to convey and configure their features with the others, you can say CE devices and in the network. So this DCBX is used to negotiate the capabilities between the switches and the adapter, and it allows the switches to distribute the configuration values to all the attached adapters. So this helps to ensure the consistent configuration across the entire network. The reference of this is from this book, Information Storage and Management. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.